Imagine carrying something as small as a little item in your pocket, a single, simple object, and realizing it could completely change your life. Today, we're diving into a powerful practice, one deeply rooted in ancient Buddhist wisdom, that's accessible to every one of us, no matter where we are or what we're going through. It might sound almost too easy, right? But often, the most profound transformations come from these seemingly ordinary actions. Small, intentional rituals can hold the power to reshape our mindset, bring peace to our hearts, and even attract more happiness and prosperity into our lives. Throughout this video, you'll learn how these little practices, grounded in centuries of Buddhist teachings, can serve as anchors for our well-being. These simple actions help us stay connected to our inner peace and guide us toward our goals with a steady, focused mind. Here's the twist though. The true power isn't in the item itself, no matter what it is. The magic lies in how we use it, how we engage with it, and the meaning we give it every single day. Are you ready to uncover this secret that could change everything? Many of us feel the weight of life's daily stresses, don't we? The endless to-do lists, the constant demands on our time, and the feeling that we're never quite keeping up. It can be overwhelming. There's this constant noise, this pressure, and sometimes, even when we try to escape it, it follows us. But what if I told you that there's an ancient approach, a way to navigate these stresses that doesn't require a big lifestyle overhaul or finding hours in the day you don't have? This approach comes from Buddhist teachings, and it's all about incorporating small, mindful acts into our everyday lives. These small actions help us slow down, center ourselves, and connect deeply with our true intentions. Now, this practice isn't about some magical charm that's going to instantly solve every problem or block out the noise. It's so much more grounded than that. It's about setting clear intentions, focusing our energy, and opening ourselves up to positive experiences. Think of it as creating a quiet space in your mind, a sanctuary you can carry with you. And yes, there's often a physical element involved, maybe an object, something simple that you carry in your pocket or keep close. This object doesn't have any inherent power on its own. Instead, it acts as a reminder, a tangible symbol of what's important to you. Every time you touch it, or even just remember it's there, it brings you back to your intentions, your inner goals. Imagine that every time you feel the stress start to creep in, every time the world feels a little too overwhelming, you could reach into your pocket and feel that reminder there. It's like a tiny anchor, pulling you back to center, grounding you when everything else feels shaky. You might choose something small, a stone, a piece of jewelry, or even a folded note with a meaningful word written on it. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it holds significance to you. It serves as your pocket reminder, not just of your goals, but of the peace you're working to cultivate, the calm you're bringing into your life step by step. This isn't just a ritual, it's a mindset, a small, daily commitment to be present, to tune in to what's going on within you, instead of getting lost in the chaos around you. It's a way to remind yourself that you have the power to shape your day, your mood, and even your future. Through Buddhist wisdom, we learn that intentions are everything. The energy we put into our actions and thoughts creates a ripple effect, shaping the way we experience life. And when we engage in practices like these, carrying a reminder of our intentions, it becomes easier to keep our focus on what truly matters. So, why not try it? Find an object that resonates with you, something that feels personal and grounding, and carry it with you. Let it be your pocket-sized reminder, a small but powerful tool to help you reconnect with your intentions whenever life gets overwhelming. Give yourself that daily moment to pause, breathe, and remember why you're here and what you're working towards. In the end, it's these small, mindful acts that make the biggest difference, helping us stay true to ourselves and find a little more peace in a noisy world. In today's fast-paced world, it's so easy to feel disconnected from ourselves and from what truly matters. Between the constant notifications, the rush from one task to the next, and the endless stream of responsibilities, it's like we're always on autopilot, barely pausing to catch our breath. It's no wonder so many of us feel a sense of emptiness or lack of purpose. But what if we could change that? What if there was a simple way to reconnect? Something that didn't take hours of meditation or a complete lifestyle overhaul. Imagine if you had an item, just a small object you carry in your pocket or keep close to you, that serves as a gentle reminder to stop, breathe, and recenter yourself. Every time your fingers brush against it, it's like a little nudge, calling you back to the present, reminding you to refocus on what truly matters. This isn't just a trick. It's a powerful concept rooted in Buddhist teachings, a concept that teaches us to find meaning in everyday moments, no matter how ordinary they seem. When you touch that object, it's a cue to pause for just a second, take a deep breath, and remember why you're here. You might close your eyes briefly and think about what really matters to you, what brings you peace, or what you're working toward. This practice, though it seems simple, holds the potential to gradually bring more mindfulness and clarity into your daily life. In Buddhism, it's often said that true peace and happiness come from within, from the way we perceive and interact with each moment. By incorporating these little pauses, these moments of awareness, we begin to live more intentionally. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require you to change everything about your life overnight. It's not about abandoning your daily responsibilities or rejecting the modern world we live in. Instead, it's about finding moments of meaning and connection within that world. Over time, as you build this habit, you'll find yourself more grounded, more resilient, and more aligned with your true self. Each time you reach for that item, you're reaffirming a commitment to yourself, to live with awareness and intention, no matter what's going on around you. Think about it. What if, instead of reacting to life's stresses automatically, you had a tool to help you respond with purpose? That little object in your pocket becomes more than just a thing. It's a bridge to a more grounded, centered state of mind. And as this practice deepens, you might even notice subtle changes in how you view the world around you. You start to see the beauty in small moments, to appreciate a gentle breeze, a kind word, or even a moment of quiet in the middle of a busy day. Over time, this approach transforms the way you experience life. It's not about a sudden shift, but a gentle, gradual process of reconnecting with yourself and the present moment. You may begin to feel more at peace, even in challenging situations, because you've trained yourself to come back to what matters. These small, mindful acts add up, creating a ripple effect that not only calms your mind, but enriches your life as a whole. So, give it a try. Find an object that has meaning to you, something you can carry with ease, and let it be a reminder. Each time you touch it, take that opportunity to pause, breathe, and refocus on what truly matters to you. It may seem small, but these moments of intentionality can become a profound practice, a daily ritual that brings you closer to a life of balance, presence, and purpose. In a world that often pulls us in so many directions, these moments are a way to stay rooted, to stay connected to the things that make life truly fulfilling. And slowly, as you continue this practice, you'll see that even the simplest of objects can be a source of immense strength, clarity, and peace. Let's start with something simple, yet surprisingly powerful: cloves. Yes, I'm talking about the humble spice you might have sitting in your kitchen cabinet. In various cultures around the world, cloves have been used not just in cooking, but also as symbols of prosperity and protection. There's a belief that these tiny buds can attract positive energy, help ward off negativity, and serve as a reminder of abundance and growth. But here's the real magic. It's not the clove itself that holds the power. It's the intention you place within it. When I first tried this practice, I wasn't expecting any sudden financial success or material gain. In fact, what happened was something much deeper. Holding those cloves in my hand, I felt an unexpected shift in my mindset. I realized that these cloves were becoming more than just a symbol of prosperity. They were grounding me, helping me focus my energy, and reminding me of my goals. It wasn't about wealth in the traditional sense, but a sense of inner abundance, a reminder that I have everything I need within me to create a fulfilling life. There's something about the act of holding these cloves, closing my eyes, and taking a moment to breathe that creates a space for clarity and intention. It's a moment that tells my mind to pause, to gather itself, and to refocus on what I truly value. Sometimes, we need small physical reminders to reconnect with our goals and feel aligned with our purpose. These cloves became that for me, a small anchor, something I could carry with me to bring myself back to center whenever I felt scattered or stressed. You might think, how can such a small thing like a clove have any impact? But it's not the clove alone, it's the practice around it. Each time I reached for those cloves, each time I took a moment to hold them and think about my intentions, I was training my mind to focus on abundance, to cultivate a mindset of growth and positivity. This simple ritual allowed me to appreciate the small moments of my day, to find gratitude in what I already have, and to work towards my goals with a renewed sense of purpose. In Buddhism, there's a strong emphasis on mindfulness and the power of our thoughts. This practice with cloves aligns perfectly with that concept. It's not about expecting miracles. It's about creating a mental shift, a conscious act that refines your focus and intention. And over time, you start to notice subtle changes. You feel more motivated, more grounded, and more in tune with the energy of abundance around you. So, if you're curious, try it for yourself. Take a few cloves, hold them in your hand, and think about what you're working towards. Close your eyes and focus on that feeling of abundance, that sense that you have everything you need within you to achieve what you desire. Let the cloves serve as a reminder that prosperity is not just about material wealth. It's about cultivating a rich, fulfilling life from within. It may seem simple, but sometimes the smallest practices are the ones that bring us the greatest clarity and peace. There's a truly inspiring story about a man named Sudat, known also as Anathapindika, who was one of the Buddha's most devoted followers. Sudat was incredibly wealthy, a successful merchant in his time. But what makes his story remarkable is not his material wealth. It's the journey he undertook to find real fulfillment, a journey that took him far beyond what money could ever buy. Sudat's story reminds us that true wealth is so much more than what we can measure in bank accounts or possessions. In Buddhist teachings, Sudat is celebrated for his deep generosity and compassion. Despite his riches, he felt a calling to use his wealth in a meaningful way, something that would bring lasting benefit to others. One day, he decided to build a monastery where people could come to learn from the Buddha, to grow spiritually and seek wisdom. This was no small task, and along the way, Sudat faced obstacles, even financial shortfalls. But instead of feeling discouraged or defeated, he held on to his vision, trusting that by giving generously and with pure intentions, everything would fall into place. And, in a way that seemed almost miraculous, support came to him when he needed it most, allowing him to complete the monastery. For me, this story speaks to a deeper truth about abundance. Sudat's journey teaches us that true wealth isn't about the numbers on a ledger. It's about what we choose to do with what we have. Success, as Sudat shows us, is found in the impact we make on others and the kindness we bring into the world. His story reminds me that giving isn't just about charity. It's about living with a mindset that values connection, compassion, and purpose. When we help others, we create a ripple effect that brings meaning not just to our own lives, but to everyone we touch. In modern life, it's easy to measure success in terms of income, possessions, or achievements. But Sudat's life shows us a different path. He understood that when we give without expecting anything in return, we're planting seeds of abundance that will grow in ways we can't even predict. It's about trusting that when we open our hearts and share what we have, the universe responds in kind. This story invites us to reflect on our own lives and ask ourselves, what does success really mean to us? For me, Sudat's story serves as a reminder that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our values, from living in a way that reflects what's truly important. It's not about how much we have, but about what we do with it. When we use our resources, whether time, money, or energy, to uplift others, we begin to experience a richness that no amount of money can buy. This is the essence of abundance in Buddhism, and it's a mindset that brings a deep sense of peace and purpose. So, as you reflect on this story, think about how you can bring this idea of abundance into your own life. Maybe it's through a small act of kindness, or finding ways to support the people around you. Whatever it is, remember that abundance is not just about accumulation. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilled. And in the end, like Sudat, we may find that the more we give, the more our own lives are enriched. True wealth, after all, is about the heart, about the connections we make, the love we share, and the impact we leave behind. Let's talk about something you probably have in your kitchen right now: garlic. It's been used for centuries, not only for its health benefits, but also for its symbolism in warding off negativity. People across different cultures have believed that carrying or hanging garlic could protect their homes and keep away harmful influences. But when you think about it, the real protection doesn't come from the garlic itself. It's not the clove that magically keeps us safe. It's our mindset. The power lies in our intentions, in the way we approach life and guard our emotional well-being. For me, garlic has become a symbol, something that reminds me to keep myself emotionally safe from negativity. It's a little token that I carry, almost like a shield. Not a literal shield, of course, but a reminder that I have a choice over what I allow to affect me. In today's world, we're constantly surrounded by negative influences, whether it's stressful news, challenging relationships, or even our own doubts and insecurities. It's easy to let these things weigh us down if we don't set boundaries for ourselves. That's where the symbolism of garlic comes in. It's a way to reinforce the idea that we control our emotional space, that we have the power to decide what we let in and what we keep out. In Buddhism, there's a strong emphasis on mindfulness and being intentional with our thoughts and emotions. This means recognizing that we can't always change what happens around us, but we can control how we respond to it. Holding garlic, or even just thinking of it as a symbolic protector, reminds me to center myself and remember that my peace of mind is in my hands. Each time I think of this little clove of garlic, it's like a reminder to protect my inner space, to stay grounded, and not let external negativity disturb my calm. In our busy lives, where we're constantly on the go, it's easy to absorb the stress and tension from others without even realizing it. I've found that visualizing garlic as a symbol of emotional protection helps me stay mindful of what I'm letting into my life. It's like a ritual of self-care, a way to pause and check in with myself. Am I letting in negativity that doesn't belong to me? Am I absorbing emotions that aren't mine to carry? This simple practice has helped me build stronger boundaries, and it reminds me that I'm responsible for my peace of mind. In a way, garlic teaches us an important lesson about resilience. It shows us that we have the ability to create a barrier between ourselves and the chaos around us. Of course, life will always have its challenges and will inevitably face stress. But by cultivating a strong, resilient mindset, we become less affected by the negativity that comes our way. Garlic, as a symbol, is a reminder that we can choose to hold on to our inner strength, even when life feels overwhelming. So, think about trying this for yourself. Use garlic, or any small item that feels meaningful to you, as a reminder to keep yourself emotionally grounded. Every time you touch or see it, let it be a cue to take a deep breath, to refocus, and to remember that you control what affects your inner peace. In the end, it's not about the garlic itself, but about reinforcing a mindset of resilience and self-care. In a world that's often noisy and chaotic, this small act can serve as a powerful reminder that we have the strength within us to remain calm, centered, and connected to our true selves. One of my favorite practices is using a key as a symbolic charm. It might seem simple, but for me, a key represents so much more than just a physical object. It stands for potential, for new doors waiting to be opened, for opportunities yet to be discovered. Each day, when I hold this key, it's like a quiet reminder that I have the power to unlock new possibilities in my life. The key becomes a tool, a guide for setting goals and visualizing them as part of my reality. It's about harnessing the power of intention and using that focus to bring about change. In Buddhism and in many spiritual practices, visualization is a powerful tool. The idea is to see in your mind what you wish to create in your life. Holding this key, I visualize doors opening, doors that lead me closer to my dreams, my goals, and the life I want to live. It might sound simple, but attaching intentions to objects gives them a kind of energy, a purpose that we carry with us. By doing this, we're not just wishing for things. We're actively telling ourselves each day, I am open to opportunity. It's like a commitment we make, a promise to ourselves to stay focused and to look out for the doors that may open in unexpected ways. Each time I touch the key, I take a moment to reflect on what I'm working toward. It's not just about wanting success or happiness, but about aligning my actions and thoughts with those intentions. This key becomes a daily reminder to stay mindful, to stay aware of the choices I make, and to be ready to embrace new paths when they appear. Visualization, combined with an object like this, makes the process feel tangible, like I'm holding my goals right there in my hand. There's something deeply grounding about this practice. In our hectic world, where so many things are out of our control, having a small ritual like this can be incredibly powerful. It's a way of reclaiming control over our focus and energy. By carrying this key, I'm reminded that no matter what's happening around me, I have the ability to direct my thoughts, to choose my path, and to keep moving forward with intention. It's a small but powerful practice that helps me stay connected to my inner purpose. And here's the beautiful thing. The key itself doesn't have magical powers. The power lies in the intention behind it. This is about training the mind to see opportunities, to recognize potential, and to stay open to growth. Each day, when I think about the key in my pocket or see it on my desk, it reinforces this idea that I'm ready, that I'm actively looking for the next step. It's not just about luck or chance. It's about cultivating a mindset that's receptive to opportunity and prepared to act. So if you're looking for a way to bring more focus and intention into your life, consider finding a small object like a key that resonates with you. Let it symbolize your goals, your potential, and the things you're working towards. Every time you touch it, let it remind you of your vision and the path you're on. In Buddhism, we learn that our thoughts shape our reality, and by tying our intentions to an object, we're reminding ourselves to keep moving in alignment with our purpose. It's a simple practice, but one that has the potential to transform how we approach each day, opening us up to the endless possibilities that life has to offer. One of the most profound teachings from the Buddha is the concept of right speech. It's a principle that goes beyond just being polite. It's about speaking with intention, kindness, and clarity. Buddha emphasized that our words have power. They can heal or hurt, bring people together, or push them apart. Right speech encourages us to be mindful of what we say, to choose words that reflect compassion and understanding. It's a practice of considering the impact of our words before we speak, ensuring that what we say brings benefit rather than harm. In our modern world, this teaching feels even more relevant. With the internet and social media, our words have a wider reach than ever before. We can communicate with people across the globe in an instant, but this also means that our words have the power to affect so many more lives. I started to think of my words as seeds, tiny beginnings that can grow into something much larger. When we plant positive seeds, words filled with encouragement, empathy, and kindness, we nurture stronger, healthier relationships. Just like a garden, our interactions flourish when we tend to them with care. But the challenge with right speech isn't always easy, especially when we're upset, frustrated, or hurt. It's natural to want to react immediately, to speak out of anger or defensiveness. In those moments, I try to remind myself of the power of a pause. Just taking a moment to breathe, to consider the weight of my words, helps me choose a response that aligns with my values, rather than reacting impulsively. This pause can be transformative. It allows us to communicate in a way that builds trust and understanding, rather than tearing it down. Right speech isn't just about avoiding harm, it's about creating positive connections. Every conversation we have, whether online or face-to-face, is an opportunity to uplift others, to share wisdom, or to offer support. When I started to view my words as a tool for connection, rather than just a means of expression, I noticed a shift in my interactions. Conversations became more meaningful, and I felt more connected to the people around me. It's incredible how a simple change in mindset can create such a profound impact on our relationships. In Buddhism, there's a belief that our intentions shape our reality. By speaking with kindness and clarity, we're actively creating a world that values compassion and understanding. Imagine if every word we spoke was chosen carefully, with the intent to bring peace, encouragement, or joy. Think about the ripple effect this would have, not just in our own lives, but in the lives of everyone we encounter. I encourage you to try this practice of right speech in your own life. The next time you're about to speak, take a moment to ask yourself, is this true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? If the answer is yes, then share your words with confidence. But if it's not, consider whether silence might be the more compassionate choice. Right speech teaches us that sometimes the most powerful words are the ones left unsaid. In a world filled with noise and conflict, right speech is a beacon of calm and clarity. By choosing our words mindfully, we become more than just participants in conversations. We become sources of peace, kindness, and understanding. It's a small shift, but it's one that can change how we connect with others and ultimately how we see ourselves. Remember, every word we speak has the potential to plant a seed. So let's plant seeds of positivity, compassion, and love, and watch as our relationships blossom in ways we may have never imagined. What's beautiful about these small rituals we practice daily is how, over time, they become like second nature. Each time we repeat them, each touch, each thought, each reminder, they become ingrained in us, helping us maintain a sense of calm even when everything around us is chaotic. It's like creating an anchor, something to hold on to when the world feels overwhelming. In Buddhism, repetition is seen as a pathway to mastery, a way to train the mind and body to return to a place of balance. Through consistent practice, we develop a routine that provides comfort and stability, no matter what we're facing. For me, these moments of mindfulness have become essential. Even just taking a few seconds throughout the day to pause, breathe, and bring my attention back to the present can make all the difference. Life moves fast, and it's so easy to get caught up in the rush of tasks and responsibilities. But these small rituals allow me to step back, to ground myself, and to find a moment of peace. It doesn't take long. Sometimes it's just a breath, a touch of an item I carry with me as a reminder, or a quick visualization of my intentions. In those brief moments, I reconnect with what's truly important, and I feel the tension and stress start to fade away. The power of these practices lies in their simplicity. They don't require a lot of time or effort, but the impact is profound. By repeating these mindful actions each day, we train ourselves to approach life with a calmer, more centered mind. Over time, this mindfulness becomes our natural state, allowing us to respond to challenges with clarity instead of reacting out of stress or frustration. It's like building a foundation, brick by brick, that supports us through whatever life brings. I've noticed that the more I practice these rituals, the more resilient I become. I can go through a busy day, filled with demands and distractions, and still feel connected to my inner peace. These moments of grounding help me remember that I don't have to be swept away by the chaos around me. Instead, I can observe it, remain present, and keep a sense of calm within. It's a powerful shift, one that brings a sense of control and self-assurance, even in the most challenging times. In a world that often feels unpredictable, these rituals provide a sense of stability. They remind us that no matter what's happening outside, we have a place of calm and stillness within. And as we continue to practice, this feeling of peace becomes more accessible. It's as though each repetition deepens our connection to ourselves, building a well of resilience that we can draw upon whenever we need it. So, if you're looking for a way to bring more balance into your life, start with something simple. Find a small ritual that resonates with you, something you can return to throughout the day. It might be a touch, a breath, or a phrase that brings you back to center. The key is consistency, allowing these moments to weave into the fabric of your day. With time, you'll find that these rituals become a source of strength, helping you stay calm and grounded, no matter how busy life gets. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about showing up, day after day, making the choice to find peace in the present moment. And as these rituals become part of who you are, you'll discover a resilience and tranquility that carry you through even the most hectic days. These simple, mindful practices may seem small, but they hold the power to transform how we experience life, bringing a sense of calm, clarity, and purpose that grounds us in the here and now. As we wrap up today's journey, I'd like to leave you with a simple, empowering challenge. Find a small item, something that resonates with you, something that holds meaning. It could be a stone, a piece of jewelry, a coin, or even a tiny piece of paper with a word or phrase that inspires you. Take this item and assign it a purpose. Let it represent something significant to you, your goals, your peace, your focus, or your inner strength. This item is now your reminder, your anchor in the midst of life's busyness. Every time you touch or see it, let it bring you back to your intentions. Use it as a cue to refocus, to breathe, to remind yourself of what truly matters. It doesn't need to be a grand or complex ritual. The beauty lies in its simplicity and consistency. This small act of mindfulness, repeated day after day, can help center you, ground you, and guide you back to your goals, especially when life feels chaotic or overwhelming. And here's the part where you make it personal. This is your journey, and no two people's paths are exactly the same. That's the beauty of these practices. They're as unique as each of us. As you engage with your chosen item, reflect on what it means to you, and feel free to adapt this practice in a way that truly resonates. There's no right or wrong way to approach this, just the commitment to show up for yourself, even in small ways, every single day. If you decide to try this, I'd love to hear about your experience. Share it in the comments. Tell us about your chosen item, its purpose, and how it's helping you reconnect with yourself. By sharing, we're creating more than just a practice. We're building a community of people committed to growth, positivity, and mindfulness. Your story might inspire someone else to start their own journey, to find their own reminder of peace and purpose. Together, let's support each other on this path, encouraging mindfulness in our daily lives and making small but meaningful changes. In a world that often feels chaotic, these connections, these shared experiences, become our strength. So, take up the challenge, carry your reminder, and let's walk this journey together, creating ripples of calm and positivity wherever we go.